Game of the day. GV Ana versus NeoTankRush. Lash versus Lash.
Welcome back to the channel, folks. Semi-original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another live league game of the day. Today, folks, we are playing on Designed Desire. This is a baseline matchup with airport, comm tower support, and a little bit of port action on the sides here, folks. We got ourselves a Lash Mirror. Lash, the creator of the Sword Abominations. What a CO, folks. We got NeoTankRush and GV Ana as our players today. I have played both of these players before, and they're both fairly good players, you know, fairly good players indeed. And I think we're going to have a good one here, folks. This one was submitted to me via the Mr. Cannon's Advanced Wars by Web server of bad strategies, my Discord. If you want to join, there's a link in the description below where you can join, submit games to me there, or find me on the Advanced Wars by Web Discord or the Advanced Wars by Web site if you want to join Advanced Wars. There's also a link in the description below. Now, folks, when we take a look at this map, we can see that we have two bases, folks. This is definitely would be considered a strong side, although this airport will take quite a bit of time in order to actually acquire and get over here, due to the fact that you have to go around back or around over here, which can take quite a bit of time, folks. But aside from that, we have a standard movement route right here, which is very nice because that will get us into the center and put us in a position where we can start targeting the HQ. Now, we also have a route over here where potentially the vehicles could go the route of defending the HQ and meet in a head-on collision over here. But if that is the case, then that could meet with a 2-base versus 1-base scenario. Now, if you send both of your units into the middle, that does leave this HQ vulnerable to attack from one of these two angles right here as well. So whenever it comes to base light, folks, we definitely need to be careful with where we place our units, folks. But in addition to that, we also have the use of the port. Now, I don't really see too much of a use of the port on this map, folks, but what you could potentially do is you could bust out the lander. Lander could go right here, and then you could get an immediate reinforcement with 2 vehicles dropping off right here into the center, which could potentially be pretty strong. But is it worth it, folks? Is it worth it to sink 12k into something like that? Not quite sure, folks. Not quite sure indeed. But we're going to be finding out together exactly how this game pans out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what went down in the live league today. Starting off strong, folks, starting off strong with the standard infantry builds, because you got to get the infantry on the field, folks. It's the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. #2 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for all that hot live league action, folks. And for those of you that might be a little bit bored with the fact that I say standard infantry builds every single game, well, that's not going to change, folks, because it is the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. You got to get them on the field. Now, it would appear that we are just going basic capture routes right now, although there is a little bit of a difference here right now. It looks like NeoTankRush is going for some of the back properties, while GV Ana is focusing some of the forward properties here. Going for one of those properties right now in the center of the map, which can be a very good situation here, folks. Both players now busted out the tank, and a 6k and 8k income, or 7k and 8k income coming in each turn. This is now an 8-8 game, 9-8 game, but GV Ana is going to be able to acquire 2 properties. That's going to put him into the 10k threshold, which is a wonderful place to be, folks. Would you absolutely? It's absolutely gorgeous, folks. Let's just look at this little interrupt here. Comm tower getting interrupted. Now, that could happen vice versa on the opposite side as well if GV Ana goes for the comm tower, but chooses not to go for the comm tower, which is a very interesting choice indeed. Could go for the comm tower, but in all reality, is that move really going to work? Is it really going to work long term? I don't think so, folks. I don't. I just don't believe it's gonna work long term, folks, so you might as well go for a different property, or at least try to stall in the bottom. Now, the one thing that is very interesting about this position, GV Anna is going to be able to acquire one of the properties down south. Could start another cap as well with tank reinforcement, but Anna probably going to be one to bust out that tank into the middle of the map, folks, considering NeoTankRush. It's got a tank in the middle. And if the name says anything, folks, I think you could be pretty sure that our friend NeoTankRush might just rush out a Neo-Tank. You never know, folks. You never know what's going to happen in Advanced Wars. Oh my lord. There goes an infantry, folks. Very unfortunate end to the interrupting infantry from Giviana, but it's not going to be without consequence, because we are definitely going to be seeing that infantry get destroyed without a doubt, folks. There's the tank hit. Beautiful hit indeed. What a lovely little hit we got. And the tank is basically safe right here, so I do like it. I like that hit. It's a nice little hit, folks. Nice little hit indeed. Alrighty, busting out a few more tanks. Now, NeoTankRush is going to be eliminating another infantry. Ooh, coming very close to eliminating the infantry. Very close indeed. Now, Anna is going to be able to counterattack here down south with a very interesting play, so she could potentially bust out the tank, hit this guy, which will be able to get away scot-free. Or potentially go for a 2-hit right here, which would be a guaranteed KO, considering the firepower bonus does exceed that 120% threshold right now. Or does it? No, it doesn't. Never mind. It doesn't actually exceed that threshold. So, yeah, no, that wouldn't work. No, that wouldn't work at all. But you could destroy this and maybe go in for an infantry strike right here. So, definitely some options, folks. But with NeoTankRush having so many tanks in the center of the map, it is a very dangerous situation, folks, because you don't really want your opponent to have full control over the center of the map. That is a dangerous gambit. So definitely has to figure out something there, folks. We gotta get the tanks out of the middle of the map. That's what we have to do. Anti-air purchase to counter the battlecopter. Now NeoTank being able to, oh my god, look at this flipping position from NeoTankRush right now. Taking full control of the center, going for a double cap. Those are going to be uninterrupted. That's going to put NeoTankRush at 18,000 properties. 18,000 income, 18 properties, folks. That's a lot of income for those of you that may not know. But if you got 18,000 income on base light, you're having a pretty good day, folks. You can bust out lots and lots of things. Most common thing that you're going to be able to see with that amount of income is your battlecopter tank infantry combination, folks. But you could bust out the Classis unit in Advanced Wars by Web every single day without repercussions. No repercussions for a move such as that. And you'd be able to bank 1k every single turn. That can either go towards your repairs or go towards maybe buying yourself a second class medium tank on day 25. Yep, you never know. You never know what's going to happen, folks. Alrighty, it is now day 11, Giviana's turn. Both players managing their time very well, folks. We got 10:10 on the clock, 11:15. I'm 14:05, I mean, not 11:15. I don't know where that number came from, folks, but we're not going to worry about that too much. We got double battlecopters coming in over here from Giviana right now. Very strong battlecopters. Very strong battlecopters indeed. That's going to be able to put a stop to the tank push temporarily, at least until NeoTankRush can get the battlecopters and or an anti-air down south. But the double arty right now, very strong play. And NeoTankRush playing it smart right now. He's not going in. He's not going in to fight an unwinnable battle. Now, technically, maybe the battle is winnable, but it's... No, it's not. It's not winnable, folks. Even if you got more units, fighting at the base range of your opponent is not necessarily a great move. Unless, of course, you can destroy a huge chunk of your opponent's army. If you can destroy a mass chunk of their army and still have a large chunk of your own army, then maybe you can win that. But what does tend to happen sometimes in that sort of a situation, folks, is you push in with a lot of low value units like the tanks, arties, stuff like that, and your opponent just busts out the Classis unit in Advanced Wars and just puts a damper to your plans, and then you can't really do anything at that point. But 18-18 income right now is not really too bad for the old players here, but it looks like NeoTankRush definitely making a play, making a gambit to go and grab some more properties. Doesn't go for the interrupt, though. doesn't go for the interrupt. I don't know if I necessarily agree or disagree with that, but it doesn't go for the interrupt because there is a property that's going to be flipped. Two properties that's going to be flipped. So, I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to be ahead. So, it's not too shabby. But Battlecopters swing up north because there is absolutely no repercussions for that one. These guys are getting away scot-free with the old moiter up there. And the classiest unit in Advanced Wars by Web has made its appearance here today. The classy medium tank. You absolutely love to see it, folks. Absolutely love to see it. We love to see the classy medium tank on this channel, folks. It is the classiest unit in Advanced Wars by Web. Rivaled only by the Mega Tank, which is basically just 3 medium tanks in a trench coat. For those of you that have been asking that question many times, I've been asked that question. Oh, Semi, what is the Mega Tank when it comes to the classy meter? Well, the Mega Tank is definitely 3 medium tanks in a trench coat, so it is indeed fairly classy. Very classy indeed, very classy unit. You love to see it. Alrighty. Especially in standard. You get a Mega Tank in standard, you're having a great time. Absolutely great time. Is it always the best buy? Probably not. It might actually be the worst buy that you could possibly get. But, you know what? Whatever. Who cares? Who cares if it's the worst buy? For whatever situation. You just get it on the field and you have yourself a good time. You play Advanced Wars the way that you want to play it, folks. Just like life, you know? You do it the way that you want and don't worry about what anybody says. You want to do things your way? Just do them your way, as long as nobody gets hurt. Speaking of hurt, though. Whoa. Look at this position, folks. This is an absolutely devastating looking position here. We got massive front presence over here, folks. If there is going to be any attack, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, there is potentially some damage that can be done. We can go double tank over here, take out a tank, bring the classy boys up. And then we're going to be dealing with a classy boy here and multiple other units. I mean, if there's a possibility of destroying the infantry, we could take a shot at this. But that, once again, folks, that is just fighting into base range right here. I mean, in all reality, the safest place that you could fight right now is the center. The center is far away from the bases, so that would be your best chance of success, more or less, but I don't think we're really going to be doing that, folks. And I probably would need to bring the army right about here, block off this section, and then plan for an attack up north here. But NeoTankRush right now, with the fact that they have multiple units, their position looks strong, but they don't really have too many things that they can attack. More or less what they could do is they could just all in right now and go for that HQ and just take a major defensive position right here with the arties in the back line and some tanks in the front line here, and maybe that would be able to hold long enough in order to grab that HQ. But once again, folks, it is anybody's game, so we'll see what happens here. I'm very curious to see what the old Anna, the old GV Anna, what is Anna Banana going to be doing on this turn? Nice. I like it. I like that, folks. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. You know what? Can't win up front. Shift down, make your opponent reposition. We might be seeing a major flipping clash here in the next few days because it is day 16. And there's been barely any fighting, folks. There's been a few infantry skirmishes here and there, but there hasn't really been any major fighting. But I sense that something is going down here, folks. Something is going down, and it's going to be going down big. We're going to have some big going downs coming here, folks, because we got the medium tanks moving in. And Anna taking a position to go and re-grab the corner. That's actually a pretty strong front as well, folks. But NeoTankRush. NeoTankRush. What's he going to do? He's going to go in and do those attacks. We're attacking infantry. We're attacking tanks. We're going in for infantry rolls. But we lose a battlecopter in this engagement, which is very unfortunate. And it looks like there is definitely the possibility that we might lose a tank here as well. This battlecopter could potentially fall. I mean, in all reality, infantry moves down here, move the medium tank here, could potentially double tap the battlecopter with like a mech infantry combination, and then, or even like infantry medium tank combination. or just move in with the battlecopter. But Anna's got some stuff. She's got some stuff she can do here, folks, but she's got one turn to make something happen. Because NeoTankRush has got 4 flippin' artillery, 3 medium tanks, and a whole slew of other units on the field. But let's see what the damage is going to look like at the end of this turn. Ooh. Safe. It's safe. We safe up in here, folks. Alright. Oh, and we're going in. We took out the anti-air with the tank and battlecopter combination, folks. You love it. You love it, folks. We love it over here. What a great attack. Alright, so, why are we copying? I don't know. You know what? I think, I don't know. I wouldn't attack into this. In all reality, NeoTankRush could take out the infantry, double tap the medium tank, but then he's going to be forced into fighting medium tank, already 3 tanks and a battlecopter. And that's just not really, not what you... Ooh, a bomber. Nice. Now, he ran out of time last turn, and that's why he can afford a bomber in all of these units. That is the bane of live league sometimes, folks. If you're not fast enough, you know, you can't play the game. You can't play the game if you're not fast enough. You gotta get fast. You gotta get fast for live league. That's what it's all about. Anna gonna be able to capitalize on that lost time here, taking out an artillery, but puts 2 units in the line of fire for artillery, but pops the prime tactics. We got a prime tactic. Prime tactic. We got it. Oh, it's gonna be a good prime tactic. Let's see. Ooh, medium on. Wait, why are we attacking from there? Actually, we're attacking from there, I think, so we can double tap the medium tank. Let's see what it does. Pretty big hit. Oh, forced to go in with the medium tank. Medium tank. I don't know if we should go in for the medium tank, though. Let's check the damage calculator on a simple old tank roll. What are we doing if we attack from a forest? 24 to 33. Yeah, you know, to be for the safety net of it, attack with medium tank is probably the best. We got battlecopters moving in. See, yeah, you know, it was probably for the best. Probably for the best, but ooh, that's some properties. Those are some properties that are being flipped, folks. Got some properties being flipped up north in the top corner. We got super co-power, 2 minutes on the clock. The rest of this game, folks, is going to be non-stop actions per minute. That's what we're going to be seeing. And it's got to be done quick. Oh my god, triple artillery to take out one of the classiest units in Advance Wars. That is absolute cinema right there, folks. Oh, and we got some interrupts. Alright. Ooh, got another attack. Oh, and there we go, folks. There we go. NeoTankRush has busted out the Soiled Abomination, folks. He's played a very classy game up until this point, though. You know, he's played a classy game, but the Neo tanks are here. They're here. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed, but I can totally understand why people would want to resort to such unsanitary tactics. It's just, it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. Alright, folks. So, unfortunately, it looks like one of the classiest units in Advance Wars is open to bomber artillery strike. So this guy's probably going to be going down next turn. So that's mildly unfortunate indeed. Forgive my yawn, folks. Oh, there he goes. So unfortunate. So unfortunate. And that is a big old battlecopter strike, or anti-air strike onto the battlecopter. Eliminates it. Sadly for Anna at the moment, the southern front is looking mighty open. It is looking vulnerable indeed, folks, like we're on the flippin' Bachelor. Vulnerable. That is what it is, folks. And not in the romantic way, more in the, oh my god, I'm gonna get slapped sort of way. That kind of vulnerability. Day 20 over here from GVAnna. 31,600 funds in the bank though, because she was unable to really buy much last turn. So could potentially bust out some really good stuff, folks. But I think one of the main things that really needs to happen this turn is there needs to be an elimination of this anti-air and then the elimination of the bomber. That is really what needs to happen. And then some big unit, like maybe even a mega tank, folks. Maybe even a mega tank. Oh, yeah, it has to happen, folks. It has to happen. Now, does the calcs even... Do the calcs call for this? Are the calcs enough? I'm gonna wait until it goes to the train because I actually don't really want to, like, see. I don't want to press extra buttons. We're just gonna see. Okay, it's going in. All right. Okay, let's see what we got going on here, folks. Oh, it does 14% damage to a medium tank. But it also does 105% damage to a flippin' bomber. Let's go. There it goes. There it goes, folks. Oh, Anna. Anna. I think I'm going to be sick. Alright, folks, got another soiled abomination on the field. It is here and it is ready to cause violence. Now, we're going to have a major clash of soiled abominations over here, folks. They are looking at each other and they are ready to fight. They are ready to mingle in a violence kind of way. Let's see who gets the first strike. That is going to be a very important thing, folks. So yeah, just make sure, folks, that if you decide to go and buy yourself some soiled abominations and you'll get yourself some high quality soap in order to wash that stink away, then everything is okay, folks. Get some stock in soap and you will have a return in investment in no time. Alrighty, here we go. NeoTank's taking the attack. That is actually going to be an open NeoTank. That is an open NeoTank for a strike. Very interesting choice here because this is going to be a big NeoTank strike. This is going to be a prime tactics sort of NeoTank strike here, folks. Now, there's definitely some options here, folks. You could go in with the NeoTank and you could attack the NeoTank and you're going to be doing 74 to 82% damage, which is going to be pretty devastating, folks, but you could also go in with the classiest unit in Advanced Wars by Web and do 60 to 68 damage, folks. Now, why you would do such a move like that is because maybe you might decide to go in and do something else here, like take the medium tank and attack this, which I guess would actually do 113 to 119% damage. So in all reality, folks, it actually would be a very good idea to just go over here, attack this with your classy medium tank, get the one shot, then get the shot on the NeoTank from the city, which would actually do a significantly more damage. Now let's just go ahead and see what sort of damage we would be doing here. Is that going to be... Ooh, wait, no, that's the wrong unit, folks. We're going to be hitting that sword. There's a chance. There's a chance that it can be one shot. And no, it looks like she's going for it. Oh, follow up with the infantry. No. I can understand. I can totally understand because, you know, she doesn't want to lose a property. She's ahead right now in properties. If she loses a property, well, then we're going to be having a bad time. But, I mean, artillery could have been able to block both of these. I mean, infantry could have potentially went in and took the attack. And you have like a fair... I would say you have like a 50-50 chance of pulling it off. 50-50 chance indeed. Yeah, that was a pretty bad attack. Pretty bad, pretty devastating. NeoTankRush definitely saw the opportunity here, folks. Saw the opportunity, seized the day, and it was quite good. Quite good indeed. I think I might have been saying that from the perspective of Anna there, but it was indeed NeoTankRush that went in for that attack, and what a flippin' attack it was. So NeoTankRush really needs to grab property. Property being flipped here. Well, it's not being flipped, but it's Comm Tower, and it's being captured. So technically, I would say if he gets the comm tower, that puts him at an even game, I believe. Gets the comm tower. Okay, so this is an even game, folks. So it's day 23. One property needs to be flipped or captured. That's what really needs to happen here. We need to get one property and it needs to be flipped. It needs to be flipped. What is the flip going to do? Where is the flip going to happen? There's a flip that can happen right now. Actually, there is a flip that can happen right now. Because GVNA can pop the prime tactics. Not going for the flip though. Okay, so the only thing I was thinking is like maybe a flip could have happened because we could have blocked this tile, two-shot this guy, and then only the Neo-Tank would be able to rush up here and attack. But if you have two blockers, it wouldn't be able to rush up and attack. So technically, I think that attack might have worked, but I don't know. We'll see. NeoTankRush has the airport on lockdown as well with this anti-air, but oh, we're attacking a tank. Interesting. Attacking the tank head on. Oh my god. This poor battlecopter just got bullied. It just got bullied. It's not even a rocket, folks. Who would have thought that a battlecopter could be bullied so hard? Alright, it is now Anna's turn. Going in for the old double attack. Securing the line. Holding the line. That's really all you can do. NeoTankRush is going to get a property flip up north. It's going to happen. It's going to flip two properties up north. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. So technically right now, so GVNA has 21 properties. NeoTankRush has 19 properties in total. Now, I know what it says up there, but I'm counting the comm towers here. So NeoTank flips a property, so now it is 17, 18, 19, 20 to 20. So it is still a one property game. One property. One property needs to go to somebody. NeoTankRush is already capping a property up north, folks. And there's only 5 days left. There's 5 days left to this game. Who is going to be able to grab a property and from where? And what is going to happen? One thing that we really need to watch out for in this game right now, folks, Lash gets a 10% firepower bonus per terrain star, but that's stacked with 3 comm towers. Means that almost on all this terrain where the fighting is happening is going to be 140% firepower at minimum. It's dangerous. There's some dangerous stuff going on here, folks. And we have another property that is under threat. But as long as Anna has battlecopters in the north, no more properties are going to be flipped. So the real thing, the real fight is going to be happening down south right now. But with 27, 28, 29. Yeah, gotta get some units into the center too, otherwise there is going to be another property flipped. And we got the super. We got the super. Wait a second. Wait a darn second, folks. Wait a darn tootin', snootin', flibbity flobbity little second here. What is going on here? Okay, I almost thought for a moment. that we were going in for a Prime Tactics. Thought we were almost going to see a Prime Tactics HQ cap here. But no, we got a property being flipped. Going for the safe. Going for the safe flip. Okay, this is a very interesting scenario, folks. So, Anna could have potentially gone for the HQ Prime Tactics, which would have been 1 to 9% damage from like a Neo-Tank on a city. Or on a plains. But the fact that there's 2 units that would be able to go in and attack here makes it very difficult. But if there was 1 unit right here blocking, it might have been possible. But the fact that this could potentially be 2 hits. Wait, hold on. No, 15%. I was looking at the wrong way. Yeah, okay. So that wouldn't have worked either way, so we don't have to worry about that. So going for the safe cap is the way to go here. I thought that looked kind of weird, folks. I did think it looked kind of weird. Day 27 now. So is NeoTankRush going to be able to break this line and get that property? That is the big question. Going full throttle down south to the HQ region. And pops the Prime Tactics. Pops Prime Tactics at the end of the turn, which is kind of curious. But I think it's mostly just to secure defenses more than anything, which I don't necessarily disagree with. But a property has just been flipped now. Anna has absolutely, yeah, she's got absolutely no reason to stay in that area. A fighter has arrived on the field, folks. $19.20. Wait, hold on. 19.20. 17. 18 and 20. This is still an even game. It's still an even game. There's still one more property that needs to be flipped somewhere, folks. Where is it gonna happen? Oh, this is okay. So things just got very interesting, folks. This is a do or die situation right now, folks. We need to see something get flipped by one of these two players, and there definitely are options. So day 28. So day 29. No, we need to start a cap on day 29. So can Neo start a cap on day 20? Neo cannot. NeoTankRush cannot get a cap this turn. Anna could potentially get a cap this turn. Okay, so it's all going to come down to a comm tower, folks. That's what it looks like. Oh my lord. And the battlecopter wall. The battlecopter wall preventing the capture, and the terrain tactics for the added defense over here on day 29. Oh my god, I think that's all she wrote, folks. Day 29 captures the comm tower, goes for an additional capture, and then day 30 rolls around, activates the prime tactics. But then that's it. That is it, folks. There's nothing else that can be done in this game. There's nothing else that can be done in this game, folks. It is over. It is over. Wow, what an absolutely crazy game from these two players. Such marvelous tactics all the way up into the mid game, folks. But I think what it really comes down to is once we started getting really low on time, just weren't really able to keep up with those really good moves. And yeah, that's about it, folks. But what an absolutely crazy game between these two players. Played a pretty classy game at the start. Got a little smelly at the end, but just get some soap, folks. Hopefully you all enjoyed that one, though. If you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.